Yeah. All right, y'all. How y'all doing? Welcome back to the GameFi podcast, where we talk everything gaming, art, music, esports, and film. Got my sister, Sister Carter in the house. That's going to drop a little bit of that knowledge when we talk about some film, some production, just what you need to know if you're really trying to be a part of the industry. And see, when we talk about GameFi, we're not talking about different parts of the industry. We're talking about a community that has to come together and make it do what it do. Man, and you're going to learn some things here on the GameFi podcast. Yeah. All right. So, the first question we always ask everybody, and it doesn't matter who you are, I think everybody connects to this question that has a story about this. When did you first fall in love with video games?
With video games? Oh, wow. The pandemic.
Hey, that's all right.
Pandemic. I bought a PlayStation.
Okay.
For Christmas. It was like right before the pandemic started, I think 2019. And everybody was like, are you going to play? Are you going to play? Are you going to play? When are you going to play it? And I was like, I'm going to play. Yeah, I'm going to play. I didn't know what I was going to play, but I was going to play something. And the pandemic happened. I was like, I guess I got to figure out how to play something because there's no work. There was, everybody was at home. So
right.
I got on GTA.
Okay, little Grand Theft Auto. Okay,
yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting one to pick first, but that's okay. It's role playing. It's interactive.
It's role playing. I was pretty angry about the pandemic anyway. So I was like, no, why not take out my frustration on the citizens? What is it? Something fake. Like it's supposed to be like Los Angeles, but it's not.
Yeah, it's Los Santos.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I couldn't think of the name of it either. But you know what? That's what video games has allowed folks to do during the pandemic. And we kind of jumped into one of my questions anyway. Like, how did the pandemic affect what you were doing already? I know you work with film primarily. So what did that do? What did the pandemic do for you and your work?
Right, absolutely. And I was on like a pretty much upward mobility at the time. Like I was doing a lot of concerts as a camera operator. And first off, it's really hard to even get in the industry as a woman working a camera.
Say that.
And then as a black woman on top of that, it's just not usually something that you see as far as crew is concerned. Mm-hmm. So I was on upward mobility. I was doing really good. I had did Deftones, Led Zeppelin. I had did Leonard Skinner, like just really awesome, concerts. And then the pandemic hit and like everything stopped immediately. No, and that's
concerts. Like the theme. I mean, it's like pandemic, stop. Yep. It's almost like the rapture. Yeah. The pandemic hit.
It felt like that,
and everybody kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
But you talked about, and I don't think I've talked to women who are directors. I've talked to women who are actors. But I don't know if I've talked to too many that's on the crew side. Mm-hmm. So talk a little bit about that. I want everybody to know. You said, I know you're saying it's difficult, but I want you to kind of paint a picture.
Absolutely.
For young women who want to get into that part of a broadcast. What is it really like, and what has been? Give us a story about something that has happened that you had to overcome.
Yeah. So I knew I always wanted to work in film and television. I knew that since I was a small child. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. At first, I was expressing it as like I wanted to be an actress because I just love like film. I loved television. I loved the ins and outs of the industry. And so I went to school for broadcast and journalism.
What school was it?
I actually started off at Grady High School. Go Grady. And I just fell in love all over again, being a part of the magnet program and in the journalistic atmosphere. And then so I was like, well, maybe I want to be a writer, because I published a book at 13, a book of poetry. And so I was just kind of all over as far as the arts are concerned. And so I did that for a little while, trying to figure out exactly what my niche was going to be in the industry. And 17, like I got an opportunity to dive into it. It was like for this amateur dance show or whatever, and it was totally low budget, and I couldn't film anything because it was like exotic dance, and I was 17.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to just like recruit people until I turned 18. I was like, "Hey, girl, you want to dance?" And I was at the mall. This was before the internet like took off. Like, you know, it was still dial up. So
okay,
I still had an opportunity to go
gotta
out
make
there.
it do what it do.
Right, and so fast forward, and I was like, "Hey." I learned how to edit on my own. I bought my first like camcorder. Like I said, this is before the internet. So I was like stop, play, recording and editing. Like, and I just knew it's something that I just loved. And, you know, finally I had to figure out like, what is it that I want to do specifically?
Okay.
Do I want to write? Do I want to produce? Do I want to direct? What is it exactly? Because I was kind of all over the place. And of course, that's what you know, do when you're in your 20s, right?
Yeah, you gotta figure it out.
And like, you know, my 20s time too is when I got my opportunity to really like showcase that when I started working into AV.
Okay.
And I did a lot of like concerts, and I did a lot of like conventions and stuff like that. And they hired me to be the camera operator for these conventions. It would be like, you know, it would be so boring. I'm not gonna lie. It would be like, you know, a doctor's convention or whatever. But I loved it because it was what I wanted to do.
Right.
And, you know, I started making money so then I could put it back into, you know, what I enjoyed and get equipment and stuff like that if that's what I wanted to do. I never wanted to really be a videographer per se. I like more of the film side. Mm-hmm. And I got hired with Tyler Perry, and it's really, in Atlanta, it's really just about networking.
Right,
on your grind.
right.
So I went in there as extras. I went in there however I could and like just networked and talked to every single person that I could talk to. If you were in there in the building, I was talking to you.
Okay.
You know, like, hey, what do you do? What are you doing here? How do you know this person? Do you know that person? Do you know?
But that makes sense, though. That's what, and that's one of the things I know we talk to our students about. They don't like necessarily to talk to people. Mm-hmm. You know, to network, that's a huge word. That soft skill is a skill that is essential for anyone who really wants to make it in anything.
Absolutely.
It is definitely what you know, but oftentimes it's who you know.
Yeah.
And you doing that right there, not only did it give you the information, but I guarantee, and you're probably going to say this, somebody took notice of you.
Yes. They took notice.
Keep going.
Because they remember me from something else. So, you know, when I showed up to whatever job I was doing, if it wasn't camera, like if I didn't get to that job that I wanted, I made sure I did the best job that I could at what I was doing.
Right.
I made sure that I stood out. And I made sure people knew my name. You know, I was like, hey, Eve, I'm here. You know, what you need me to do? Sure. How long you want me to do that for? What's next? Like, you know, and I made sure that I was noticed and I worked really hard. And it did pay off because somebody else remembered me we was working the exact same position. And they were like, oh, I got in with something else. Come on, Eve. Listen, I need a camera operator and I need a girl camera operator.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Because it was concerts. And like people like Beck, they want to lick the camera. People are crazy. You know, they don't want to do it with the guy camera operator. They want to be like, you know, fun and frisky or whatever. So it paid to be a female at that particular time.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You got people licking the camera.
Oh yeah, we're talking about stars now. We're talking about celebrities.
Okay.
They want to, yeah. Yes, these are concerts. These are rock stars.
Wait.
Yes.
I'm trying to film and you got all this on my lens.
Absolutely.
Man, that's crazy.
Cut to camera too, and I wiped my lens and kept going.
Well, there you go. And see, that's how you got to do it. They lick the camera, just be like, cut the camera too. You know, go ahead, do what you got to do and get right back in there.
Exactly.
So what has been with that? Mm-hmm. What was your crazy? Okay, licking the camera sounds pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
But what has been like the weirdest thing that has happened concert-wise?
Concert-wise, at like the festivals, it's the summertime and you got a lot of people out there. So you see a lot of bosoms.
Oh, okay. They just want to be. And okay. Story. I'm not gonna tell the school. I used to run a photo booth, right? Mm-hmm. Right before it really got crazy. So I ran a photo booth, and this was a school, and this was a private school, and it was a Catholic private school. I'm just running the photo booth, and we're going through the pictures, and I'm seeing some girl on girl, free willy, all kind of stuff on my camera. But you know what? The camera does bring out another side of people.
Absolutely.
So I get that. I get that. So where do you want to go now? What's the ultimate goal for you?
So specifically, I wanted to work in sports, and that's what I
Okay.
was doing before the pandemic. I did for the football team. Here I did like a little bit of stuff. I did the Super Bowl twice.
Okay.
I did Super Bowl in Tampa, and I did the Super Bowl here. Pre-pandemic, it was 2019, I think. Is when I
Okay.
did the Super Bowl.
Man,
But
that's nice.
I did all of the soccer games
Okay.
for 2019. So I wanted to work with ESPN specifically.
Okay.
And I got an opportunity to do that, and then the pandemic hit, and so everything kind of like changed around. What I want to do is I want to do camera for any basketball team. I would love to do that. That'd be great.
Okay.
But like I still dabble with cinematography, but since the pandemic, I had to shift gears.
Okay.
You always have to have something for you,
Right, right.
your repertoire and your background, so you can survive, so you can make money. And you got to be a hustler, period. When it comes to anything in life, you just got to be able to move, and a lot of people don't have that skill set, but it's something that you can learn to do. You know what I mean? Because like you got to survive. Like you always have to be reinventing yourself, and that's what I did. I had a life coaching business, like also running in the background. That was kind of like my spiritual gift, is like encouragement and
Okay.
motivation. And then when the pandemic hit, so many people were depressed. They were out of work. They were struggling. They were trying to pay their bills. They were trying to build their relationships. They had to look inward instead of outward, like to their careers, because they were dealing with their families a lot more.
Right.
They were at home a lot more. And so that's when my life coaching business took off, because people needed motivation, they needed encouragement, they needed to take a turn in their careers and their lives, and to build their relationships with their family, within themselves, and to move forward with whatever it is that it is destined for them.
Right.
So I like to call it destiny coaching, because
I like
you
that.
never
I like
know what
that.
life is going to throw at you, right?
Right.
So I started that business in 2015, and but then ultimately I had always been doing that.
And what's the name of the company?
It's New Beginnings with Eve.
New Beginnings with Eve. I like that.
And it's a website, newbeginningswitheve.com.
All right.
Yeah.
If you need a coach for your life, that's all over the place. Eve Carter got you.
I got
at
you.
New Beginnings
With Eve.
with Eve.com.
.com.
You see, I'm looking like a teacher, looking over my glasses.
Absolutely.
You're getting it here first. This is what you need to know. But again, and talk about, well, I already know this because I can tell by the way you're talking about it so passionately, that everything that you've gone through in your life, you are putting that in your coaching as well.
Absolutely.
And you can probably draw on so many things that you've had to do
Absolutely.
to relate to your coachees, mentees, and everything. Where else? So we got that. Do you have what other ways can we connect with you besides through
I have my
website?
Instagram, which is Royal Lady E. So you can see me on Instagram. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm on Instagram, and then I have my Facebook, which is just all work. It's just a bunch of pictures of me with a camera working.
But that's all right. That is okay.
And that's Eve Carter.
Ooh, question. So getting into that, getting onto like a studio to kind of do that work. Talk a little bit about what kind of credentials do you need to have in order to do that.
Well, I would say it like this, first off, you just have to have desire to do anything, and you have to have confidence to do it. So that's kind of how I started with it. I was in high school. I knew what I wanted to do. I was serious about it, and I wasn't gonna let anything deter me. I went to college. I didn't finish college, but I went. So you don't have to have like a college degree. You don't have to have. I do have several certifications.
Yeah, I was going to say that
for both my business and for a camera operator. I do have those type of certifications, but you just have to be committed.
Gotcha.
And like once you make a commitment, whatever that is, and just follow through. And I think that's a lot of things that people are missing is the follow through. So you can be very passionate about something and not follow through, not
Right.
be committed to it, and then it just never takes off the way that you want it to take off.
That's a
And
word.
I think
That's
that
definitely a word.
everything is it takes time. It's patience. Like when you put a pot of water on the stove, it doesn't just immediately boil. You have to wait. You have to wait for it to boil so you can put in your rice or your noodles or whatever you want to cook. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's with anything. That's with your career. You have to put it in there and wait and just do your due diligence. And when you can't do anything else, that's when the things are going to manifest, because like you've done everything that you could possibly do. And I'm a firm believer in that.
Do what you're supposed to do,
Exactly.
and everything will take care of itself.
Exactly.
That's really how we got started. A lot of our friends, a lot of our colleagues, same thing. It's you got to stay on the grind. It's going to be slow going. You think it's supposed to happen. People say it's going to happen, and it don't happen. But you can't get mad about it. You can't get in your bag about it. You guys got to keep pushing and grinding and doing your thing. Man, that is awesome. So, Miss Eve Carter,
Yeah.
that's working the cameras. That's
Yes.
going to be on ESPN very soon.
Again.
There you go. And then on the way she's gonna coach your life, because it's all over the place. She gonna make sure that she has some more black female camera women
Exactly.
doing that thing, and she gonna end up starting a company and supplying the camera women for the crews.
That's right.
To make sure that because again, like in construction, we had to make sure that we had minorities, and we had a lot of had women-owned companies was a big thing as well.
Right.
Making sure that we had them a part of the project.
Right.
And same thing with film. They have to make sure that they have a certain percentage of that film that is a part that has black-owned companies, women-owned companies that is supplying some aspect of the production overall. So thank you that you're here. Thank you that you're doing the thing. Thank you for coming to the film segment of our GameFi podcast, where we talk everything gaming, arts, music, esports, and film. We got life coaching with Eve.
Yes. New Beginnings with Eve.com.
New Beginnings. See, I messed that up.
New Beginnings with Eve.com.
You got it? EVE. Real easy. .com. Get your life in order. Get your life in order. She gonna help you. My sister's gonna help you. And you know what? Got a connection. Where'd you go to middle school?
What did I? Thurgood Marshall.
Oh, okay.
School,
Okay. Are you born and raised in Atlanta?
No, I was born in Lawton, Oklahoma, and then I was a military brat. We went to Germany.
Gotcha.
I came to Atlanta, then I went to New York, then I went to DC. I used to be a flight attendant with United.
Oh, okay. Well, see, look at that. Look at the backstory. So she was already understanding how you made sure you had to make sure everybody do what they need to do, follow proper protocol, do what they supposed to, and do it with a smile.
Yep.
So you were doing, because I know that I have some good friends, so that means you've done a lot of traveling.
Yes.
And that's before you even did flight attendant, because if you were, we used to call them army brats and stuff like that. If you did a lot of travel, so you've seen a lot, and that has also baked into you. And so again, I can understand why you're such a great life coach, because you've had 10, 11, 12 lives already. Yes. which is really cool. Which is really cool. So thank you again for joining us. Thank you for sharing with us.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see more of what you're doing. You definitely have our support.
Yes, thank you.
What we're doing, and I went to Inman Middle School, so most of the kids coming out of Inman School went to Grady.
Yes,
but no,
they did.
I went to Mays High School. I did not go to Grady. I had to. But I made my way from East Side. I was at East Lake on East Atlanta, and then I went to Midtown at Inman. Then I went to Southwest Atlanta with Mays. So I just did one side to the other side of Atlanta for high school. But I had a lot of my friends went to Grady.
Yep.
As well. So we did a lot of stuff. We used to go to Grady and hang out all the time. Sometimes we skip class.
At Piedmont Park.
Exactly. I mean, it's right there, man. And I can't remember before. It was always good places to eat. Yeah. Always. Yep. Always. Everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry. Chemicals like get back to it. But this is what I love about all of our guests. It's a small world, small Atlanta, that we tell people all the time. There's connections, the stuff that we do, but again, everything that we do in life is for a reason.
Absolutely.
So, you're working on this, it's going to lead you here. You're working on that, it's going to lead you here, somewhere else. But so, man.
One of my biggest sayings is be, love, do, and that's copyrighted. So be your authentic self. love yourself.
It's copyrighted, y'all.
And do what you were destined to do.
See, that's her first part, the first module of her life coaching. It's right there, right? She just gave it to you right there. And I mean, you really have to do that. You can't worry about other people.
Nope.
Can't worry about what's happening in the world.
Nope.
It's you.
Yep.
If you're on that track, then eventually it's gonna work out for you.
Absolutely.
And I know that I'm gonna see you blow up, some good old blow up situation, some things. So I can't wait to see. We definitely gonna be connected with the podcast family, with the community, with the GameFi crew. We'll make it do what it do. Man, so I appreciate you coming, Eve.
Thank you so much, Eric. I really appreciate being on the show.
This was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this segment. Got the chance of licking the doggones. That's going to be my takeaway. Celebrities like to lick camera
You can see
lenses.
it on my Instagram.
Oh, I'm going to follow. I told you I follow people on Instagram. I'm going to follow that. That's the one I want to see.
Royal Lady E.
Royal Lady E, and I'm gonna be somebody looking up. Oh my God, I can't believe that is the weirdest thing. Oh my goodness, but I couldn't put it past that. But thanks again. This has been the filming segment of the GameFi podcast. We'll see y'all soon. 2 and 2. I got it from Chuck Willery, if you didn't know.